love it.
Test the phone.
Hello, this is Eugene Cheng from the Visual and Spatial Technology Center in Birmingham, and also the Heritage and Cultural Learning Hub. And this is my office. It's got, you know, a lot of things. I'm just surrounded by computers. There's a nice view outside. Awesome office. I've got an Alienware here. You know, computers, iMacs. But today, well, the main thing is to install these i7 12-core computers with 24 gigabytes of RAM. Let's get that focus. Okay, that's the Ripjaw G-Skill RAM. I've got the i-Core processor here. Got it focus. Okay, a BluRay Super Multi disk rewriter, Gigabyte motherboard, Antec case, and the Zotac GeForce GTX 560 Ti with, I think, 448 cores, and also a 1250 watt silent power unit. So we're going to get everything installed there. Right here is a cluster of MPI in Linux, you know, clusters for simulation, and outside here, which we will have another video on, is the MakerBoard replicator. It's the 3D printer. Okay, we're going to take that out later, and these are the materials that we'll use. Right, this is the Intel Core i7 processor, extreme desktop, 12-core, 12-way multitask processing. You can see it right here, so we can take it out now. So be very careful with it, it's an expensive thing. Okay. The fan unit and the heatsink, and that's processor. So just leave it there first, and then let's try to take out the Gigabyte motherboard. Okay, it's got SATA connectors, booklet, CDs, and so on and so forth, and that's the amazing Gigabyte motherboard for the 12-core computers. Alright, so let's look at the video card. Okay, CDs, manuals, and here's the video card. Awesome! Zotac GeForce GTX 560 Ti with 1 gigabyte and 256-bit DDR5 RAM, and we're gonna have all these installed today. Okay. So that's the Ripjaw G-Skill DDR1333 RAM, and it's 4 gigabyte per piece. Okay, so 8 gigabyte times 3, that's 24 gigabytes. The PSU 1250 watt. It's a gold one, goes in here. It just fits nicely in here, this socket. Okay, just slide it there, and all we've got to do is just to fit the screws in before plugging in the cable and the motherboard. So that's the first thing that goes in. This is one of the beautiful ports that goes in here. But so the motherboard goes right there. So I'm just gonna have to put this in here first so it fits in nicely. Okay. That's nice. Now we may need a few of these platform screw stand, I call them. Just get them out, put them on the desk. So depending on how our motherboard stands, we may need a few. As you can see, inside here there's already 4, but we've got 1, 2, 3 more. Okay. So the 4 goes in here. Let's just give it a quick check first. Okay, that way. So we've got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. We'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, I think. So one over there, one over there, one over there at the end. So let's fix those up. Okay, that goes here. This is from the heat sink. Well, it needs to go behind here, and then we install it onto the case. So what needs to be done is that, you know, there's a double-sided tape here which we need to take off. Okay, that's one of them. I'll take off the other one. Okay, then we just basically, you make sure all the socket goes through. So that keeps it stuck to the underneath of where the processor goes into. And later we can screw the power cable, the PSU and the processor heatsink underneath. So let's just get this back on. Okay. Here we go. Okay, that's good, that's done. Now, what we have to do now is to take out this guard for the CPU, for the processor. Let me make sure to open this first, okay? And then we just have to take this out and then just slot it in. Okay, notice that there are 2 reaches there, okay? That's just to make sure that you don't, you know, put it in the wrong place, and there's an arrow there, which is an indicator of where to put this in. So to take this out, we have to sort of push this, and then push, take this out, and take this out. Now we mustn't touch any of that, and the arrow there's an arrow, see? Okay, and that arrow should be in the same location. You just have to put this in. Okay, and that's very nicely done. So after that, so close this. Okay, and then just push it, and it's very tight. Okay, it's just immovable now. So the next step will be the heat sink. But prior to that, we have to apply some silicone so that it's connecting properly. This is the chemical provided with the processor, and we have to apply that before we put in the heat. Squeeze it out. The heat sink, now that we've applied the silicone, we've got to put this right in with the cable out. This goes right in. Okay, it's kind of slippery. Okay, well, there are plenty of slots for hard disk. This is a 2 terabyte one, a Seagate version, Barracuda, and I generally like to leave them a little bit closer to the floor. And you know, it's just a matter of finding the screwing point. Okay, and also the BluRay disc. You know, it's essentially just slotting it in. There's a huge power. This is the main one. This is from the PSU. Okay, and this goes into one of the slots here, and one of the end goes in here. Okay, and we can all install that later. But aside from that, we've got a lot of cables right here, and depending on what you need, it just needs to be slotted into on the sides here. Okay, but out of the CPU. There's a heatsink, there's a fan here that needs to be connected, and actually this really goes into a slot right here. I don't know if you could see it. Okay. Okay. It's all labeled properly, so it is not difficult. It's a bit small, the space. So, aside from that, there's a USB port, okay, which is out here. Okay, and this needs to be connected to what is named here a USB port. Okay, so let's just put it in. Okay. Right, and the fan, it needs to be powered also, which we will do it a bit later. And there's even a switch, for the fan. There are a lot of cables in here, and they are all labeled properly. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Okay. And this needs to be connected to the same labels. Okay, around this area. These are the LED lights lighting up the front of the facade of the case. Okay, so all you just is to find the right label for the right slot, and that's very easy. Okay, now the main cable. So Okay, this is the one. So, okay, see there's one that's missing, and that needs to, okay, get inserted into one of the slots, okay, and that's the PSU, and that's the ATX, which is the motherboard, right? So let's connect this first. Huge cable, there it goes, it's in now, and the other one goes here. Okay, and that's done. But prior to that, we need to start connecting some cables first. So let's take this out. Any other ports here? Okay, and this gets connected to the fan. Okay. Right, this cable, one has a CPU at one end, the other one goes to the power unit, supply unit. Okay, so there's a port down here that allows you to power the CPU. Okay, and this needs to go in. Okay, so just comes back to the CPU. Okay, there's a slot there, you can't see, but it's labeled. Okay, very nice. That's done. And one of these cables power the hard drive, and also the other one, okay, if it's long enough, there's another one available. It powers the BluRay drive. So let's put this in first. That's the first one. We've got 3, so it can power up to 3 hard drives. Okay, and that's the right side. That's good. So let's get the other one, which we will use to power the BluRay disc. So one end goes into the PSU. Let me show you. Okay, one end goes to the PSU. Okay, I'm going to pull this right to the end to get the BluRay disc powered. There we go. Okay. One of them powers the hard drive, the other one powers the BluRay. So the ATA ports needs to be connected SATA. From this end it's number 1 to 6. Let's get it connected. The other side actually. Okay, that's one. I'm going to get the other one connected too. So this goes on. Number 2, SATA 2. SATA 1 goes to the hard drive, SATA 2 goes to the BluRay ports. BluRay. And clicks, and that's nice. So let's get some power to the motherboard, okay? ATX. Okay, PSU. Clicks. Fine. This is an audio cable that connects the front. So this is the high definition audio, and connects the microphone and also the headphones out. and there's a, you can see that there's a port there. Okay, and this fits directly into there. Okay, so this RAM, that should be facing that way. There's a reach there. Okay, which one is the lower end is. Just open all the ports. There should be a clicking sound. Okay, very nice. We want to put in the video card into this this port here, the blue one, and it sort of connects to this. So you just take out this cover. In. Okay, very careful, gentle, gentle. It needs to, okay, we get the ports right. Very nice. Okay, sits in nicely. It's all doing very well. Look, over here it needs extra power, which we can install later, but let's just get it screwed back in. There are two extra power ports here, which we need to power. And the motherboard comes with this very nice PCIe Express port, which connects to the PSU. So there are two cables. So let's get it fixed. That's the second one. You know, some of this PSU, this is a special one that allows you to just plug in whatever you need. Some power supply unit just have a whole dangle of power cables coming out, and it's not very elegant. So this is a pretty good one, expensive one. So this goes in here, right there, and the other one slots in right here, just to power everything up.